Hello everyone, I'm Gary Lawrance. Many of you may know me from my social media platforms on Facebook and Instagram, Mansions of the Gilded Age and the Gilded Age Society. There is so much to explore about the Gilded Age, its grand mansions, fascinating history, and the extraordinary lifestyles of the people who built them. Because of that, I've created this YouTube channel, Mansions of the Gilded Age, to take a deeper look at these remarkable homes and the world of their incredibly wealthy inhabitants. If you enjoy this kind of content, please be sure to hit the subscribe button so you can stay up to date with new videos as they are released. Today, we are taking a step back in time to visit the now lost Armsea Hall, another great Newport, Rhode Island mansion referred to by the millionaires of the Gilded Age as a summer cottage. Armsea Hall was built for General Francis Vinton Green, who, after a notable career serving his country, became the president of the Barber Asphalt Paving Company. He then bought some land in the northwestern part of Newport, Rhode Island, to construct a summer house near Fort Adams for himself and his wife, Belle, in 1901. As seen in the map at the red dot, located on the opposite side of the Newport, most are familiar with where the blue arrow shows the site of the Cornelius Vanderbilt home, the Breakers. They immediately set about having a 30-room Georgian neoclassical-style home to be the centerpiece of the 17 acres of waterfront land to be created by the architectural firm of Hoffman and Cohen. Francis Lawrence Vinton Hoffman, seen here, was the primary connection and probably had the most involvement with the design since he was socially connected to the Green family. The firm of Hoffman and Cohen were extremely popular during the Gilded Age, and while they designed all types of buildings, their residential works are very distinctive to them. Often their residential works are 3-story in height, clearly not hiding a guest, servant, attic floor embraced by 2-story wings. One of their other Newport commissions, Sherwood, seen here, was heavily altered and added on to around the same time for the Pembroke Jones family, and also uses many similar elements and party of Armsea Hall. Sherwood still exists as condominiums across Bellevue Avenue, across from the famed Rosecliff Mansion. When one thinks of the great houses of Newport, not all were palace-like and gilded, such as Rosecliff and the Elms, as examples built circa 1900. Many embraced classically styled homes with livable interiors and comfortable furnishings. Armsea Hall, when completed, was considered one of Newport's finest summer villas, but for unknown reasons, the Green family shortly sells the estate to Charles Frederick Hoffman, Jr. and his wife Zelia. Mr. Hoffman was in the real estate business, and also a prominent member of New York society circles. Charles and Zelia, after their 1900 marriage, built a magnificent mansion at 620 Fifth Avenue, New York City, designed by the architectural firm of Carrere and Hastings, now demolished, and the site part of Rockefeller Center. Then, being the social couple, they desired an equally grand Newport summer residence. As often was the case, the summer retreats of the very rich were featured in society, house and garden, and architectural publications. It is fortunate that Armsea Hall was covered in a January 1906 Journal of American Homes and Gardens with numerous interiors and another magazine that provided floor plans and more. The house was approached from Ridge Road and surrounded by a high brick wall. A stone-arched gateway with iron gates led down a tree-lined driveway, and after taking a quick turn, the gleaming white stucco mansion appears in a large open clearing. The massing is mostly symmetrical, but the end wing breaks that look with a service wing and latticed garden wall at the far end. Entering through a covered portico, the front doors open into the entrance hall. Since one passed under the grand staircase, it is not seen until going further or entering the house from the rear terrace that overlooked the water. The hall, as the rest of the house, makes a liberal use of white-painted paneling. The furnishings in the hall do pay ode to the Gilded Age, with a marble and gilded-centered table, adorned with a flower-filled urn and heavily carved side chairs against the walls. The staircase is separately beyond arched-topped columns. To the left of the staircase is a reception room, cheerfully decorated in pink and white. The mantel is an impressively carved element of the room. Reception rooms were usually always in grand homes of the day where a visitor would wait until being greeted by those who they came to see or escorted into the private family quarters once they were announced. The largest and most highly decorated room of the house came next, and was the formal drawing room. This room almost follows a typical Gilded Age decorating formula, making use of velvet upholstered sofas, assorted chairs covered with rich fabrics, numerous tables for books, object d'art, gilt candelabras, walls hung with tapestry, windows clad with gold-embossed velvet draperies, and elaborately patterned rugs. From the drawing room, one moves through a long hall, passing a smaller library and then the dining room. The dining room is mostly all white, with touches of pale green, which was popular in summer houses. White painted paneling, furniture, chandelier, and a green carpet give a refreshing feeling to relieve even a waterfront house of summer heat. Next, we see the second floor plan and a full longitudinal section of the house from basement to third floor. The second floor is accessed by the main staircase for family, guests, and the rooms would be large and bright. The larger rooms would be for the family, and usually one large room for an important guest. The bedrooms were mostly decorated in very light colors. Pale striped or chintz patterned wallpapers and fabrics along with comfortable furniture would also emphasize coolness, often with windows open to let in breezes. At the other end above the first floor service areas would be smaller guest rooms and servants' rooms. The third floor was primarily for children's rooms, servants' rooms, and storage. The Hoffman family, which included a daughter, gave many garden parties, and the terraced, cascading lawn down to the water's edge with the white mansion in the background made for a picture-perfect backdrop as seen in this imagined view. The Hoffmans also embellished the surrounding landscape and hired the noted landscape architects, Olmsted Brothers, to create a surrounding paradise. Mrs. Hoffman was very much a lover of roses and a large rose garden where she could entertain also and give pageants. Some of the colored images here were the work of Francis Benjamin Johnston, the leading garden photographer of the day. Mrs. Hoffman also was a president of the Newport Garden Club, which she helped found in 1914. When her husband died in 1919, Mrs. Hoffman spent more time in England, returning to Armsea Hall for some summers. When she died in 1929, Armsea Hall became the property of the Hoffman's daughter, Marion, who used the estate with her husband, Amar Johnson. When they didn't spend summers in Newport, they rented Armsea Hall to wealthy millionaires wanting to enjoy the waning days of Newport, once dubbed the Queen of Resorts. In the early 1960s, the estate was being considered to serve as a summer White House for President John F. Kennedy and his wife Jacqueline, along with their children. Armsea Hall was just west of Hammersmith Farm, the home of Mrs. Hugh D. Auchincloss, the mother of Jacqueline Kennedy. John and Jackie held their highly publicized and photographed wedding at Hammersmith Farm, but unfortunately, due to the 1963 death of President Kennedy, Armsea Hall was never to become a summer home for the Kennedys. In 1968, Armsea Hall was purchased with some other uses tossed about, but by then the unused mansion had become run down and ultimately demolished. In our last view are the entrance gates to Armsea Hall, now about the only remaining remnant of this once graceful summer home. The land has been subdivided with new homes, but from viewing aerial photos, the site of the mansion has now returned to nature with large trees, wild shrubbery, and possibly some foundation walls and steps. From the road, the long and high brick wall remains, as well as the entrance gates, now inaccessible and covered in wilderness, that once led to the manicured gardens and pristine perfection of a dream now lost. If you would like to learn more, I recommend the following books below. For other book recommendations, credits, and sources, please go to my blog, mansionsofthegildedage.com. You can find links to these books, as well as many other Gilded Age reading recommendations, in the description below. As an Amazon associate, I earn from qualifying purchases. These small commissions help support my YouTube channel, as well as my Facebook and Instagram communities dedicated to the history of the Gilded Age. Thank you for watching, and I look forward to sharing more fascinating stories of lost mansions of the Gilded Age with you soon.